Hi friends, it's Valentine's Day today. Just thought I'd let you know what day it was mostly. We're cooking a lovely dinner. It is late, it is now 10:44, but dinner is about to be fire. And we have our wine, love some wine, red wine in particular. But as I mentioned before, well, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we had this thought of doing latte art coasters. And so, you know, he was like, let's just try it. And then I'll go shower. 30 minutes later, we're still trying latte art coasters, but that's okay. The food's almost ready. He hasn't showered. It's fine. He'll shower eventually. And that's not the point. The point is that we get excited about our crafts. And so it derails the other plans that we had arranged for. But I was really excited about how this is turning out. And so far, we had this version first. This is very cute, but the detail didn't come out that well. So then we went to this version, which also came out pretty cute. And it feels more, let me show you the other one first actually. This guy. This is so pretty. It's so pretty, it's so detailed, but it's like too detailed because latte art doesn't look like this. Like when you pour milk into the latte, it becomes, when you pour milk into the latte, that's what makes it a latte. When you pour milk into your coffee, it becomes more creamy colored, and of course the latte art itself is on the whiter end of things. There's too much contrast in this one for it to be latte art, but the concept is there. And then like this outer rim is the cup. It's just nice. And then the way we engraved it has like a little bit of a raised edge. I'm here for it, but it's just not realistic. Either way, February 22nd, Matta's Coffee, I'm gonna sell this one and other versions like it. All of my versions that don't go as planned, but are still really nice, I'm gonna sell them. They'll be in like what I mean is, when I was selling my earrings, there were these earrings I made, like the first set of earrings I made, and they're decent, but they're the first set. Then of course, as I continued to make earrings, they got better and better. And so that first set of earrings, I was like, I don't even want to sell these, but let me just put them in my $2 bin. And the $2 bin worked, it was great. So this type of coaster, which actually is really, really nice, I'll put my name on the back soon, but this coaster is really, really nice. I'm gonna put it in my $2 bin. I don't know what that bin is gonna actually be, but this is not the focus of, this is not the like coaster that I'm gonna intend to sell. But if someone is like, oh, I like this one, yeah, you can have it for a discounted price, no problem. It's so pretty, it's just not realistic. So I will not be moving forward with this concept. I'm gonna try to go more in this direction, but I'm going to now work on I want it to be a little bit more dark in this area here. Anywhere it's brown, I want it to be darker. And I want it to be cleaner. So this is a lot cleaner than this version. I want the cleanliness of this, but I want a darkness that's in between the two of them. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm going through trials right now. I just really, really love this, and I just wanted to show all of you. So that's that. Okay, here is the next version I did, and just for the ability to compare, this is the one that I really love. but it's not realistic. And then this is the one I just did, which like, it's less dark. It is less dark, but it's not light enough, which sounds crazy to say. But if we're talking coffee art and coffee latte art, I do want that the brown is a little lighter. So I'm going to change the dot duration here. Right now we have it set to 100. I'm gonna change it to be a little bit less. And what I learned was that dot duration is how long the laser stays like making that dot. The units are like a US, I think that's nanoseconds. I don't know, I should know as a former math teacher, but you know, we don't really use those units as a middle school math teacher. So nano units, that's what I'm gonna call it for now. I apologize if that's wrong. Sincerely, actually, I'm not even gonna call it that. I'm gonna call it dot duration. The dot duration is set to 100. So maybe let's try, I'm gonna try 50. I'm just gonna cut it down by half again and see what that does. If that doesn't work, I might turn the power down next. But our DPI, dots per inch, is 300, which is allowing for more specificity to occur. And so that I'm gonna keep. Okay, here we go. I'm also gonna put this one in my bin for sale also. Okay, so this is the most recent one, this guy here. We're heading in the right direction. Again, I'm looking for more of like this look, because when you order a latte, it just looks more like this. So we're getting there, we're getting lighter. I just still want all the detail. Like I want this to have more detail, and I want this to be lighter. So I'm trying to find the happy medium now between these two versions. But all of these will be in my for sale bin. So I'm not this one because it's double-sided. That's okay though. I'm learning about how to move forward. But the reason I have all of these is because honestly, I'm not a fan of just like using cork. Oh, I shouldn't bend this one. Okay, this one. I'm not a fan of just using cork by itself. I will show you. So if we're planning to use cork to sell, I just can't stand that after a certain bend point, it snaps. Like, I can't stand that. This is heartbreaking to me. I would not want to sell a product that breaks like this. This is not okay. So we have figured out a way to create cork coasters that you can definitely like bend them to the point that I've gotten them to, and they're gonna be fine, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, this is not it for me. So right now what I'm doing is just test running. However, there are so many businesses and companies that sell coasters like this that if you bend them, they'll break. So again, even more reason for me to put these coasters in my discount bin, even more reason for me to automatically sell these at a discounted rate. Like, this is not the coaster that I want to be like charging my market value for, when I know that it's vulnerable. So, but these are awesome coasters. Like this thickness, I'm here for it. This look that we're going with, I'm here for it. So at this point, it's just testing. And how we got here is I ordered this whole pack of coasters from Amazon, hoping that they wouldn't snap the way they do. And a lot of people actually rated these pretty highly. So I can't imagine the coasters that weren't rated as highly. But people had a really good thing to say about these coasters. I just can't. I personally just can't think, and I can't sell a product that breaks like that. Like, that's not comfortable for me. I want to sell quality products, products that work, products that my customers will like. So for now, I'm gonna, these are my test coasters, but should anyone be interested in my test coasters, they'll be, you know, in the bin. They'll be in the bin for a discounted price. Okay, so that most recent iteration, we set at 50 for the dot duration. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try turning the power down instead. Since the dot duration is already pretty low within the range of dot durations that we can work with, I don't know what the lowest is. I'm assuming it's 0. I don't know. But I'm gonna turn the power down to 40. So I'm going from 55 to 40. And we'll see. My necklace always does this. Does anyone else's necklace do this? Like, why does the loop, the attachment part always come to the front? Anyway, sidetracked. Let's try power of 40 and see. My best friend. Happy Valentine's Day, Raph. I love you. She just texted me. Okay, so yes. Okay, power of 40. Let's try that. Okay, in addition to my best friend texting me happy Valentine's Day, I just want to acknowledge Rob and just like, I'm not trying to get gushy or anything, but I'm very blessed, super blessed to have a partner who wants to cook for me and make me like super delicious meals. So for Valentine's Day, I requested a pineapple upside down cake and these mushroom hand pies, and he just like got in the kitchen and started whipping them up, and it took some time, and he was like, oh, but now we're eating so late. But I don't care, babe, I don't care. Thank you. And then thank you for also being interested in helping me to make these coasters at this time of the night. Like, what? Like, how? How did I find you? So I just wanted to acknowledge just like how wonderful of a support system he is in all the ways that I could possibly ask for. Even like teaching me how to use this engraving tool, teaching me 3D printing, getting a candle class for me. Like all of these things are just like fueling the next steps I take. So he's so key to this process. Like, he's key to my life, but he's also key to my business. And I can't make that up, you know? Can't make that up. So, before I start crying on camera, because I get emotional. We have now framed the coaster, and we're ready to start that run where we have slower power, same dot duration and dots per inch. Here we go. Okay, so again, these are the 3 that will be in my bin. This is the one that I am working towards, even though I broke it because I broke it. This one is the more recent one. And so I turned down the power. So we're really comparing now this iteration from the one before and this one. And it's slightly lighter, as you can see. Lighting, be on my side. So we're heading in the right direction. I think that turning the power down was a pretty good idea. You know what's interesting? Look how around the rims in the bottom right-hand corners, they're both crisp. But as you fade left, they become more cloudy. So I've got to clean that up. I've got to figure out what's going on there. Either way, we're heading in the right direction. Turning on the power, I think, worked. My next guess is to turn on the power some more, but I'm gonna ask Rob what he thinks and then we'll continue from there. Tomorrow, we're gonna have dinner now and enjoy the rest of our time, because I can't say the rest of the night. It's 11:13, and the rest of our time until we decide to go to bed, which will be pretty soon. That's where we're at. This is the more recent iteration, and I think I'm heading in the right direction. Okay, till next time. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. I'm so excited to be on this journey. And stay tuned. Bye. Happy Valentine's Day. Good morning, friends. It is Saturday, and I have 1 week until the Matters Coffee vending opportunity. And I have a lot to do. So I have a few days, if I really think about it, just because, you know, work gets in the way. Work gets in the way. Work is a part of my day, and the remainder of my day goes to preparing and just like building small business ideas. I have my to-do list here of all the things that I need to do remaining. So they are, I need to make labels for candles. I did buy wine color filament yesterday. Latte art designs, just like figuring out how I'm gonna work with those, and having coffee and matcha colors prepared for the printer. Because I do want to make, even though yesterday I was working through, I only have this broken one in front of me now, but yesterday I was working through the cork coasters. I do want to make cork coasters again with the method that we came up with for making them more stable, less breakable. I also want to make 3D printed coasters as well that are latte art design. So I need to get, we printed the coffee bases. I need to also print the matcha bases. I have to write that down on my list. Okay, print matcha coaster bases. Okay, so moving on. So make labels for candles, latte art designs, figure the rest of those out, print matcha coaster bases. I need to engrave those white jars, engrave these blue jars. I just got the same type of Astra jar from Candle Signs, but I got blue ones too. I know we spoke about the ceramic, but because this is the current vibe right now and we have a number of different scents to work with, I ordered some blue ones. Okay. Then I need to make more candles in the tins. I need to put the candles in the jars. I need to engrave cork coasters, adhere them, and I need to adhere the 3D printed coasters. So I have a lot of things to do. But somehow this morning I was like, I'm gonna make keychains. So even though I have all these things to do, which are way more top priority, I made a keychain. I designed it's not that extreme of a design. I think most of you, maybe, I don't know. I'm sure there's all kinds of viewers here, but this should take a few of us back. Give me a second. that should take a few of us back. So I was just like, what kind of keychain can I make? What are the kids into these days? And it is often the case that, so I used to teach. I taught 7th grade math for 9 years, and it was fascinating to see how aspects of my childhood showed up in the classroom. Not brought by me, brought by them. And I was like, I would always be like, where did you guys get that from? And they were like, TikTok. So, you know, history repeats itself, things circle back. That's what they say. I've seen these make a comeback. And so at this coffee shop, I feel like most of the products that I have right now are geared towards adults. The candles, the coasters, some of the jewelry. I think the younger folks, those younger folks, they might like the jewelry, the earrings, but they feel like more of a keychain type of crowd to me. So, well, not that they feel like a keychain crowd. I just feel like I want something that they might be interested in also. So I was thinking about like, what do the kids like these days? And I thought of that nostalgic S. So I'm gonna make a keychain of that. And then I was also thinking this morning, because the pop-up shop, I guess that's what it is in, I think it's in Croton-on-Hudson, about like 30 minutes north from me. Keychains that also like represent that neighborhood. I'll think about that one because I don't know much about Croton-on-Hudson. I definitely have to do my research, but I will see if there's anything about Croton-on-Hudson or anything in the area, any like smaller town names that would work for a keychain. And maybe I'll think about it. But again, I have a more major to-do list to take care of. And so I will, that was my high school, Little Chafee School. Best place for me, was the best. I had a wonderful time there. But I'm gonna start first today with printing that keychain just to see if I like my sizing. I'm just gonna print a fun color. I have this filament that's like pink, yellow, and green. It all together somehow. I'm gonna print that color filament. Maybe I should put something on the back. I did make it 2 layers. You'll see more once it's done, but maybe I will print the back side black or something like that, just so you can actually see the S. I have to remember to do that. So I need to go change filaments also from the X1C to the A1 Mini. And then on the X1C, the bigger Bambu printer, I'm gonna print so for this method that we came up with for making the cork coasters more stable, I need to print an insert. And so I'm going to make them wine color because these are gonna be for the wine colored coasters. And by wine colored, I mean this filament that's called Blood of Your Enemies or something like that from Proto Pasta. So, okay, I'm gonna get started on setting up those prints. And it's also a onesie. It's a onesie morning. I love a good onesie. I love just functioning in the house in a onesie. It's so comfortable. And so the fact that I'm A, up, and B, getting to craft in a onesie, we're in a good place. We're in a great place. Okay, here we go. And don't mind my hair. Also, I washed it. I put it in a hair tie and then I forgot. So my hair is really curly, whatever you want to call it. I don't like curly, kinky. That's weird to call your hair kinky. Well, I guess it's kinky curly. Moving on. However it dries, that's how it's staying. So because I left it in the hair tie, the front dried and it's now pulled and straighter while the back had the opportunity to curl up. So this front part is doing its own thing and this back part's doing its own thing. And you know, I never have control over my hair, and that's okay. That's okay. It does what it wants and I'm here for it. So let's get crafted. So that I can video edit. It's a lot of noise. So that I can video edit while these engravings are happening, because they take some time, like 3 minutes, but I could do things in 3 minutes. This is yesterday's final engrave. Dot duration 50, power 40, DPI 300. But I was doing bitmap mode Jarvis, and according to the website for xTool, I think Jarvis is just a lot more dots. So if you, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but if it were possible for me to ever get a focused shot on this, which looks like it's impossible right now, because I don't know how to do that. It's not really my strength. How to use iPhone cameras. Okay, well, there's all more dots. Then I chose to do a different engraving bitmap mode called Stucky, and I think it's better, but it did come out darker than the Jarvis. So this is the newer one. This is the one from yesterday. I'll bring it more forward. So this one from today came out a little bit darker than this one, which I think I'm okay with. I actually think I think now in the camera, I like them both. But they don't have that creamy milk look that I was going for. So what should I do? I think I'm going to stick with Stucky, because why not? And I'm gonna turn the dot duration down. I'm gonna bump it down to 30. The lowest is 40, just kidding. Okay, so 40. And I guess I'm gonna turn my power down even more, 30%. So we turned both the dot durations, in the one that's coming soon, the dot duration has been turned down and the power has been turned down. Okay, here we go, let's try it. Brand new cork, fresh, brushy. I'll show you. It's in the position. I'm just gonna frame it to make sure that I don't have a jig for this, so I'm just making sure that it is pretty lined up as best as I can get it to be centered. Again, these are going in the bin, so I'm not that pressed. Okay, start my framing. Protective shield on. Glasses on, and we begin. too light. So let's see. We are going to change it. I'm gonna put the DPI back up to, let's go. So we went from 50 to 40 for dot duration. I'm gonna go to 60. I'm gonna still keep the power low and see what this does now. And I'm gonna go on the other side of this because this is not one that I want to sell. So I'm just gonna reverse and reuse. It's wild to have the glasses on and be trying to video edit on my computer and then also have the headphones in and just a lot of sensory things, which is very interesting for me. Anyway, okay, so this is the most recent one. I think we're heading in the right direction. If I compare it to the one before that, I don't know, I think I'm all over the place now. And you know, not gonna lie, still like this one a lot. I think that let's take a moment to assess. Let's do that. Okay, so I've taken some time to assess, and I think that I'm just gonna move forward in this direction. I think that I was focused on wanting the engraving to just look like an actual latte, and so that's why I was harping on these like lighter versions, which they do look nice. They do look nice. But then I just feel like I'm losing detail. This one's kind of nice, actually. I also don't remember the settings for these. And I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna use them, so I don't need to remember the settings. I need to learn a lesson. Always record everything. Document everything. I did document, I recorded. But I'm just gonna move forward in this direction. This is the crispest of the collection, and you know, when I showed them, when Rob was working on them with me last night, he was like, maybe you're gonna highlight latte art and not so much mimic latte art. So I just really like this one. Even from yesterday, you guys saw, like, it's just clean. So I think I'm gonna move forward in this direction. And so this baby will not be going into the bin. It's gonna stay with us and get added to the collection on display that day. And actually, well, I don't remember the settings, so that's step one. Step two, it does take the longest of all of them. It takes 3 minutes. The others take 2.5 minutes, which doesn't feel like that long, but that's time. That's time. So I'm going to just generate a whole nother profile that gives me results similar to this. And then I'm going to charge a little bit more for it than my discounted pile. But when I put this design on the more stable cork coasters, that's gonna be at my market value. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so now I need to just go and figure out the settings for getting it close to this because I do not have this saved anymore. Okay, and the keychain is done. So we'll get that after. We're gonna work through some settings first and have more options to put into the bin. Okay, so this is the newest print. This is the newest engraving with the same, well, with settings that I just chose. I chose dot duration 200. That I feel like I remembered us doing that before. I chose power range 60, and I left the DPI the same. And this is the original one, so I think they're pretty much the same. The only difference is that the old one was using Jarvis and this new one is using Stucky as the bitmap mode. I was about to try grayscale, and then xTool told me it's gonna take 8 minutes, and sorry, I don't know. Just no. Grayscale, I don't have 8 minutes per coaster. I know I have things to do, but no. 3 is long enough. So we're gonna bypass on that option, and we're gonna stick with, maybe I should look at the other ones. Can't believe grayscale takes so long. All right, I don't like the way Bayer's gonna probably look. Floyd. Nope. Jarvis. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Stucky. Some sharper images. Atkinson. So I'm so used to printing. I'm gonna engrave 2 more of these and just have a set of these. I'm going to get that keychain and show that keychain, and then adjust. I'm just gonna keep doing things and tell you as I go. But we have a product. Yay. So this is the little keychain. I feel like it's cute. It reminds me of Super Mario, kind of. Now, it's hard to see the pink, green, and gold, but they're there. You can actually see it more along the ridges, how it changes. And by ridges, I mean edges. Okay, so do I want to move forward with this is the question. I'm not the biggest fan of how the top layer turned out. It's not super smooth, but the back is always nice because it's on a textured heat bed. I'm gonna think about this. Maybe a little bigger, a little thicker, I don't know. But I'll figure something out. But this is cute. I think it's cute.